And we're live. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Rdbp Bullshit Podcast, episode 1 of season 3. With your host with the most, the podcast god, Superfly Johnny Lee. And tonight, we have a special guest inside the house. But first, let me introduce my people. We got to my immediate left, Killian the Kid.
What's up, podcast world?
And to his immediate left, you love him, you know him. We got a big beard, Dudley.
What's up, podcast world?
And as you can see, sitting inside the studio, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself. We got the freak, Draven Lee.
What's going on, guys? I just shared the link on my Facebook, so if
Awesome.
you go on there, if you're not already watching, you need to be watching.
That's right.
If you're not watching, I'll just accept that you hate me, and maybe I'll probably lose a little sleep over it.
Take it away, big beard.
Draven, thank you for coming.
Of course, man.
All the way from Tennessee, right?
Tennessee, yeah,
Wow, man.
Crossville, about 3 hours or so away.
All right. Well,
I've drove further to get beat up, so
thank you for stopping by.
of course.
I always like to start with the roots of the wrestlers we bring in.
Yeah.
So how did you discover professional wrestling? Were you watching with your parents, your
Yeah.
siblings?
Yeah, my mom and dad. I was an only child, so
Okay.
no brothers beating me up or any of that business. But my mom and dad were not huge wrestling fans, but I would say about medium level. My dad typically watched on TV. We had cable on and off depending on if he paid the bills that week or not. I was born in Marietta, Georgia, so I saw, to me, when I first saw wrestling, I was like, guy in blue trunks, guy in red trunks, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I saw the Macho Man. And I was like, this is the coolest human being I have ever seen in my entire life. And whatever this is what I need to do. And it was right around when he started wearing the shades and the matching bandanas and the Slim Jim stuff and all that. And that was what caught my eye the most. And then after that, it was probably Sting, and then I saw the Hardys and Steve Austin and so on and so forth.
So were you primarily watching WWF and WCW, or did you
Yeah.
get some Midwest? Did you
Yeah,
get some Georgia Championship?
I believe it was mostly Monday Night Raw that I saw first.
Okay.
And it was-
Nice.
of course, WCW was right there. They were neck and neck for a while there.
Yeah.
Of course, I saw Sting when he came down from the roof. I didn't see blonde flat top Sting until later.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had started doing the crow gimmick by the time that I actually saw him.
You saw the best version of Sting.
Yeah. To be fair, there wasn't a bad version of Sting.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean, all versions of Sting was good. You had the Surfer Sting, you had Crow Sting, you had
Yeah.
Joker Sting. You also had the amalgamation of Sting. A lot of it was great.
So it's safe to say that Macho Man is your favorite wrestler, or does somebody else take the cake above him?
There was a post on Facebook a while back. It was like if you could pick a top 4 inspirations. I said that mine was Sting, the Macho Man, and I put the Hardys in one spot together, and then I said Vampiro was probably
nice.
the other one.
That's a good choice.
I mean, if you watch me before I cut my hair and all that, Vampiro was a big influence. That's why I kept trying to be a white dude with dreads,
Yeah.
even though he's not entirely white.
Right.
I tried. The struggle was real. It didn't work out, obviously, because here
Yeah.
we are. But.
Yeah. But it happens. You can actually tell your influences because you have a look that's unique to you.
Yeah, I try to separate myself apart. I actually just told a booker this a while back. There's plenty of ugly dudes with tattoos and face paint, so I have to try to set myself apart from everybody else
Right.
somehow,
Exactly.
which is next to impossible to do in indie wrestling. If I knew what I was doing, I'd be getting ready for Raw right now, and I wouldn't be having this conversation. So,
Exactly. But it shows that in your work, you've had wars with so many. It just shows that you've gotten better, you're improving, you're keeping on the grind because that's the way it should be.
yeah.
Because that's professional wrestling. You got to stay on the grind when you're inside wrestling. You can't just stop. You got to keep on going until you knock a fucker out.
Yeah, it's really when I was able to do it for a living, it was a constant struggle. I felt like I sat on my phone more than I was actually in the ring, like trying to get bookings and then replying to people that wanted to book me, and then hey, I want this much money, blah 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 blah. It started to feel a lot like work. and I hate work. So
Yeah.
it was always a back and forth struggle with that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I can feel your struggle because a lot of wrestlers, that whenever they first break in, it's tough to get bookings because you don't know who to talk to and you don't know who is going to want to reach out and bring you in to let you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Crow, when he was first starting out, he wasn't getting bookings. He was being booked as a tag team guy.
Yeah.
To him, he felt like he had it all.
Mm-hmm.
And he proved that he's right.
Man, with Chris Crow, man, I feel like that dude could probably say, "Hey, don't book me," and somebody still would.
Oh yeah,
He would.
So it's, I think
It'd be
it would
stupid not to book that guy.
Yeah, I think it would be harder for him not to get booked than it is for him to get booked. He's probably still getting booked while he's hurt, and he has to say, "Hey, I'm hurt. I can't do it." They're probably trying to get him to do it anyway. To be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we got a call.
Oh, already? All right.
You know who it is. We got the one, the only. What's up, Party Man Cam?
Oh, Party Man.
Oh, Party
Kim.
Man. All right.
What's up, man? What's up?
What's up?
I had someone special that wanted to say hello to Draven. Hey, what's up, brother? It's Diego Holmes. You remember me? Hey, listen. Thank you for my first match, my singles match, bro.
Okay.
I loved it.
You're talking about it 127.
I want to let you know, you the man. Keep on doing your grind.
Hey, up the road from my mom's house. Yeah, I gave that guy his first singles match. I remember that.
Yep.
That's right, brother.
Hello?
And that was a good night at the office, man. Thank you. Thank you for that, too.
It's working.
Yes, it's what.
Diogo don't know how to work anything.
Yeah, Diego does not know how to work nothing.
Dang it, Diego!
He didn't know how to work then either, but I made it look like he knew how to.
Hey, you still don't.
Yeah. Me either.
Exactly.
So, what are some of your favorite matches growing up?
Oh, growing up, man.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I saw the Macho Man, but that was just the character. I remember seeing anything that kind of made me think outside the box. The TLC matches are probably one thing that really caught my attention.
Nice, yes.
Anything that you didn't see that every night. Of course, you can't do that every night, or
Exactly.
you'd be in a wheelchair really early.
I'm surprised they weren't in a wheelchair after that anyways.
Yeah, specialty stuff like that was what innovation to me.
Yes.
But the fact that they were able to do it and tell a story, because anybody can go out there and swing a chair,
Of course.
fall backwards through a table, whatever.
Facts.
But they built the story up to the point, like, hey, I have to drop this man through a table.
Yeah.
I have to slam this guy off a 20-foot ladder because I want to hold these tag titles that bad, you know?
Right.
It wasn't just, hey, we're going to do this because we want to.
Exactly. And that's what it takes to be inside the business. You got to learn how to tell a story. Because you can't just swing a chair. You can't just fall through things. You can't just put your opponent through things. You got to make the fans care what you're doing.
Yeah,
if they ain't caring what you're doing, then you might as well just stop and
Yeah, for sure.
pivot. I mean, watching your matches, I've been watching them. You've been able to get the fans behind you. The
Yeah.
fans love the Freak.
Yeah. Oddly enough, man, I've had a lot of promotions hit me up to book me, and they'll say, "Hey, we're going to bring you in as a heel," and I'm like, "Okay, that's fine," you know. And they'll say, "Oh, there's no way that you're ever a babyface," and I'm like, have you watched my matches before you contacted me? Because like, there was a little town in Tennessee years ago. They were trying to get me and my tag partners and everybody. They were trying to get us heat as heels.
Yeah.
And they had us beat up this football player from the town there. We beat up the ring announcer, and that wasn't working. And we had a buddy that used to wrestle under a mask, and he got paralyzed in a car accident.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, what if you hit me?" He's like, "I'm in a fucking wheelchair. Like, there's no way you're going to make it out of the building." I'm like, "You know what? Okay, sure." And his dad understood, and he's like, "Hey, hit me too. I'm an old man." So before we actually did the spot, we decided I was going to pile drive him instead. So I end up pile driving a handicapped kid, and the fans stand up and cheer for us.
Holy shit.
that just shows that the fans loved you.
And I'm like, how are you not rushing the ring? And because when I first got ready to do it, I'm like, well, they don't think I'm going to do it.
Right.
You know, they probably think the locker room's going to empty out. They're going to stop me. We're going to run away defeated. This handicapped kid's going to punch me or something. But I'll power drive him, and I'm just like, you guys are barbarians.
Yeah, because they're loving what you're doing to this guy. You just
like what I just did is not okay
Right.
by any stretch, and you're cheering it because you have problems, and you should seek professional help.
and sometimes when that happens, you gotta do a pivot because now you gotta play the baby face.
I get to the back, and the booker looks at me and goes, well, I guess you guys are going to beat up the Hills next week. And I was like, man, I'm not even coming next week. I'm staying home and playing Xbox because this sucks. I don't know what to do. I was still there, though. I was just bluffing.
Exactly. Because they brought you in expecting you to be this mega heel.
Yeah.
And instead you were mega over babyface.
Yeah, there's places where I have been able to be the villain, but I had to really take it somewhere else. And
yeah.
it actually kind of made me uncomfortable.
Hey, I hear you on that because sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get the crowd to hate you.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're gonna still love you.
Oh, yeah.
Who's been your favorite opponents that you fought?
My favorite opponents? Well, we've mentioned Chris Crow before I came out here. Chris Crow is definitely one of the best that I've had a match with. I had several matches with him. That dude's going to screw around and make the money that I didn't get to make. So, hopefully he lets me borrow some. Sean Hoodrich is another one, just a pure athlete.
Oh yeah, he is.
You could be the worst wrestler alive and still have a good match with Hoodrich.
Yeah.
There's a few others. Really, there in Crossville, I've never had a bad match with anybody at that show. Down the road in Pikeville was the same way. C1W there in Cleveland was a good thing for a while it lasted. As far as my overall, if I had to pick like I'd say a top 4 or a top 5, I would say Crow. I would say Hoodrich. I would say Cousin Condry is
Nice.
another one that's just Condry's the same way. You could be terrible and still have a good match. Like he would find a way to make that be good because he refuses for it to be bad.
That's right.
Cameron Cox there is I think he's a Georgia guy. That's another one. I'm trying to think here. Thomas Cage, he's a Crossville guy. That's another great. I can't have a bad match with him.
Hell yeah.
I'll think of some more names here before I'm gone. Just shout out. I'll name drop. I'm not above it.
Fought this man.
Zodiac, man. So I got to wrestle Zodi one time. He made a set of gear for me, of course, the half camo, the half vault suit gear.
Yeah.
I got to wrestle him one time at the arena in Jeffersonville. Now I don't remember if it was XCF NBW, the show that Shane Mercer booked.
It might have been.
Or if it was somebody else. I think Mercer was there either way because 100 shows have booked the arena. But we got to wrestle one time, and it was really, there wasn't a huge crowd there, but there were some folks there. And I did a couple little comedy spots. There was one where I was sitting in the ring, and Zodi was standing in front of me. And I made a caption on Facebook, when your dad walks in, you throw your toys on the floor. He wound up heart punching me in that match. That's when he was still doing the mask and everything.
Yep.
Zodi's an awesome guy, man.
Yes.
He gets it, and I don't think enough people know that he gets it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with him getting it is no one knows it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He just had a match just very recently. I just saw him post. I can't remember who it was with now. He posted something like yesterday. He wrestled Nate Hewitt a while back. I love that guy, too. I got to lock up with him sometime before I'm done.
Oh, yeah, man. Evil Nate. Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked a couple times, had some interactions, but never met him in person. So.
Oh, he's another great guy.
Yeah,
Josh Turner said, glad he had a great time in jail.
A great time in jail?
He said ask him about his time in jail.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh.
So, all right, so we did this video shoot for that country singer, Sam Hunt.
Yeah.
He did a Folsom Prison Blues-inspired video shoot for that Locked Up song.
Yeah.
You can look it up on YouTube. I think Josh is in there for a second, and I'm in there for less. But, yeah, we did that. It was me, Josh, and, oh, man. Can't remember the big guy's name now to save my life. There was a couple of wrestlers there. besides me and Josh, obviously. If you want to call me and Josh wrestlers. We went down there for that video shoot, and we told the people, hey, we can get hit, we can fall down, we can do a fight scene. We're supposed to be prisoners. Why wouldn't we be crazy? You know?
Yeah.
We wound up not doing much like that. I think Josh got choked out by a guard or something and didn't make the video.
He says Tommy Coffee.
Tom Coffee, that's it.
Nice.
Don't tell Tommy I forgot his name. He'll beat me up. I don't want those hands. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
I can tell.
Big Johnny Cash fans. So.
Yeah.
Same here.
Because Josh was like, hey, it's based on Folsom Prison. I can probably get you on it. So
No,
I did a little. They were pretty much accepting anybody that would show up. They paid us $100, you know. It was a lot of fun, and I love Josh too. He's going to kick Cancer's ass. So
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Fuck cancer.
That's right.
If he doesn't, he's a pussy. So you know.
Yeah, fuck cancer. That's our oldest saying on the show is fuck cancer.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got Headlocks, Heels, and Havocs watching. They're great podcast as well.
Cool.
Yes,
They've been doing their thing since last year. We're proud to be friends with them.
Brad, I got your shirt. Just let me know, brother.
Josh Turner said, ask him about using it as his entrance.
Oh, that bastard. Man, so we go to this convention in Marietta, and Billy Gunn's there, some other, couple other wrestlers, mostly like sci-fi actors.
Oh, wait. Someone would love to have you at Kentucky Wrestling Federation. Jennifer Lynn, who is one of the owners of Kentucky Wrestling Federation, just chimed in. She said, we would love to have Draven at KWF.
Hey, I'm down. I'll already knew that license if you want to make a few dates with me. Just message me on my Facebook page. It's under my real name now. Just find me on there, message me, and we'll work something out, and I'd love to come work for you. But yeah, back to that convention. We get there, and Josh is in the middle of battling cancer. Like he has a whole ass brain tumor. You know, he's any minute could be it. You know, and it's a serious situation. We had this group chat going for the convention, and me and Josh worked it the whole time, making them think we had real heat with each other. And they're like, if anybody touches Josh's head, I'm like, I'm gonna slap him as soon as I see him. Like, and then people were thinking that me and Josh really didn't like each other. So we get there.
He said you were being a boo-boo sad face.
I was. And so we get there, and I talk about this three-way match. It was me and Grant Dooley, and I cannot remember the other brother's name. He does a clown gimmick, big old guy. And we had a triple threat match. It was a four-way match. There was another guy in there, too. Connor, I can't remember his last name either. I'm drunk. So we get out there, we're having this match, but before we have it, I think I'm coming out last. So the other guys come out, and I'm thinking my Thundercash song is going to play that I stole from Aiden Wright. It was a band called Cody Parks and the Dirty South. They play Rob Zombie's Thundercash 65, but they sing Folsom Prison Blues. Aiden Wright came out to it first, so hopefully we're going to fight about it at some point and get the band involved. They said they were down. I messaged them for it. So
that's right.
Look for that at some point. But I thought they were going to play that song, and they play Locked Up. I didn't realize it was Locked Up because I didn't remember how the song started, and I'm mad.
Yeah,
I'm like, they don't have my fucking music. What the fuck is this shit? And I'm just gonna go. I'm not going out there until they play my music. I'm being a superstar, you know. Well, Josh comes back and goes, "You want to fight about it?" I was like, "You son of a bitch." He goes, "This may be my last prank on you ever," and I'm like, "You got to make it." I get in his face, and I'm like, all right, and I just kiss him on the forehead. I'm like, fuck you, I'm going out to it. Because he starts to tell him, he's like, oh, dude, go ahead, play his music, the joke's over. No, fuck you, we're going out to it. Play it again. They restart, Locked Up, and I walk out. And pretty good match. It was a good time. Billy Gunn watched it. Apparently he liked my gimmick. But apparently also Billy Gunn was like, why was he going after that song? And Josh is like, well, you know. I don't know why he did that. I guess he's an idiot. I don't know. But yeah, Josh got me, and I still owe him one. So if he remains in the land of the living, I'm going to get him back.
That's right.
If he don't, I'll get him in the next world.
He said, how the fuck am I the only the one missing half my brain, and I remember this, and you don't?
And fuck you, Josh. That's
And then we got David Linsville here, one of our good
Connor
friends.
Martin. That's right, Connor Martin, wonderful wrestler. I'm sorry I forgot his name. We can fight about that, too.
Dave Linsville said, I seen where Jerry Lawler is thinking, about one more match. I think the King should just sit back and not try to go anymore. I like the King, but like Ric Flair, just don't.
Yeah, all the old timers go for that last one big paycheck.
Yeah, man. He is the King. So
Yeah.
That's true.
If he wants to step in the ring, who are we to say no?
Right.
Exactly.
I never got to wrestle Jerry, man. I met him a few times when I was working for Burt Prentice at USA, the Nashville area. Burt did Dixon, Jackson, Selmer, Carthage, Gladeville. The Star Twins run Gladeville now.
Yeah.
PWA, fantastic promotion. If you get a chance to check them out, they usually run on Fridays. I've been there a couple times. Maybe I'll go back. But when I was working for Burt, he always had Jerry in and out. And I hadn't. The first time I met Jerry, there was a match going on in the ring, and they had a camera backstage on a little monitor. And Jerry Lawler was like, "Man, I can't see them. They're cutting their heads off when they go up top." I looked over at Jerry, and I was like, "They need that Wile E. Coyote camera." He called it that in WWF when they were doing the. He looks over, he goes, "Yeah, they do." And I got to pop out of the King. We're going to be all right.
That's right.
Yeah, Jerry was super cool, man.
Oh, yeah.
I heard stories before I met him. Oh, he wants his own dressing room. He won't talk to nobody. Complete bullshit. He came out there. He was talking to everybody, shaking everybody's hand. He was hugging strangers. He would take pictures with guys in the back. He was
nice.
The King was super cool. So if you hear that he's a dick, that's absolutely not true.
He might have been that night. You know, he might have had an.
I mean, if you're in a bad mood and you're famous, you're just an asshole.
Yeah.
When I met him, the few times I met him, he was a class act. So I can't say anything bad about the King.
That's good to hear.
Renee said, Draven!
Who was that? Oh, Draven. Oh, hey. I know you as Denise, not Renee. It's weird to call you Renee, even though that's your name.
Josh said, another good question. Ask him about the time he worked as Danielle in a miniskirt, and that's how it made sense. He knew how to do face paint after seeing how great that makeup work was.
I don't know if I remember that one. Let's see what time he... Oh, it's Josh. That's why I don't.
Yep.
Josh, man. I hope you're drinking right now and this isn't your regular brain. Not that you have a whole one. Me and Josh are going to fight in a cornfield, that's for sure.
It can happen.
Somewhere on cable, but he won't be. Jeffrey Dean Morgan won't be there for him to stand behind this time. So.
Oh, y'all had Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Well, Josh was on The Walking Dead, so I was like,
Nice.
like, man, you stand behind Jeffrey Dean Morgan like a champ.
Nice.
Which I didn't get to do that, so he's got me there too.
That's awesome. But, Terry England of Kentucky, he actually made Jerry King Lawler pay for something that he shouldn't have had to pay for. But Terry England was looking at him. He looked at Terry England. It was like a standoff, Mexican style. He wanted that money bad, and Jerry probably said, fine, and paid for it.
Hey, money's money. It's spent.
Yeah.
That's right. Michael Patricio Barrera said, I love the set. Mine isn't quite as cool, but it's me. Laugh out loud. John Gilbert said, how y'all doing? We're doing great, John Gilbert. If y'all don't know who that is, Big John Gilbert is right here on the wall. Big John G.
Oh, yeah. I think I've met John a couple times.
Heck yeah, he's a good dude.
If I remember correctly, I think we met at least once or twice. Yeah.
He's a good dude. I remember that he was working here in Kentucky, but now he's making Texas famous because he's working for Trinity Championship Wrestling, which is also a good promotion that people should be checking out if they get the chance when they go to Texas, because I've heard some good things from it. Mm-hmm. Justin Donahue said, hello, gentlemen. Hello, Justin. But yeah, that's what it's all about in wrestling. You connect with people. Yeah. You end up wrestling your best opponents. Sometimes if you hate each other, y'all wrestle the best on that night.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen it with guys like Zodiac and Cass Jackson right now. Zodiac damn near made that guy eat his fingers at the last KWF show.
I mean, Zodi will do that sort of thing.
So. He will, especially without the mask now. He's got if you ask me, he's gotten a bit crazier than he was when he wore the mask.
Yeah.
He said, don't make him take off his vest, because once he does, you're going to see another side of Zodiac. But that's the thing too. We could see you versus the Unmasked Zodiac right there at KWF.
I would love to wrestle Zodiac anytime.
And there's a lot of guys who I think you would do good wrestling. There's guys like Cash Jackson, guys like our champion OG Ugly, Omega. There's tons of your talent here in Kentucky, and there's tons of talent over there in Tennessee as well, and in Ohio.
You talk about Omega D. The first time I met him was, again, working with Bert. The first time that I got booked for Bert, Bert had actually sold the promotion to these two brothers. They wound up selling it back to Bert a little bit later, but
Nice.
they had just taken it over, and they reached out to me, and my first match there was with Omega. And he actually wore boots then.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I've seen the picture, too.
Yeah.
He posted a picture earlier.
Now, that was an earlier match. He was wearing boots more, but I think either one of the last times he wore boots was with me.
Nice.
And it's like, well, I guess that's kind of monumental. Like,
Yeah.
you quit being able to afford shoes or what? I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, Omega's one of the good ones, man. He's a good dude. He's a good wrestler.
He is. He gets it.
Like I said about Chris Crow, I can say the same about Omega. He's gonna
Oh, yeah.
he's gonna fool around and make some money. Maybe he'll let me hold a 20 till Friday.
That's right. Justin Donahue said, I'm hoping for 2026 a match against Draven.
Hey, you name the town and get him to pay me, and I'll be there, my dude. Let me sleep on your couch after I kick your ass.
But you know that's how it is. You meet new wrestlers that want to have a piece of you, and just like we're seeing right now, Justin wants a piece of you. KWF definitely wants to have you working for them because there's several good talent there that would want to lock it up with you. Probably Zodiac would want to run it back again.
Yeah, I had the Kentucky license there a few years ago, and I got some bookings and everything. And after a little while, I wasn't really going back into Kentucky, so I was like, well, I'm not going to renew them if I'm not going.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like $30. It's not going to break the bank, you know.
Right.
So I figure if I need to get them again, I will. I don't want to just get one match. I want to
Yeah.
try to get a few, tell a story. You know, that shit pays for itself, you know.
Of course.
I do think that KWF is the place that likes to do stories.
For sure, I'm definitely interested.
There's also EWA Elite Wrestling Alliance. They also are a pretty good company here.
Yeah.
Justin said, deal.
Cool. We'll work something out.
And that's the way it should be because in wrestling, you got to make these opportunities. You can't just let them go by you. You got to go and grab it by the horns and say, this is my time now.
Independent wrestling is a lot of being on your phone just trying to get people to pay attention.
Yep.
And it's because back in the old days, you know, I think Ricky Morton had talked about it a little bit. Like they didn't have social, they didn't have YouTube,
Right.
didn't have Facebook, didn't have Instagram, all that stuff. Now it's as simple as saying, well, hey, here's this YouTube link. You know,
Yeah.
Here's a babyface match. Here's a heel match. Here's a promo.
And if you're able to, you can make a resume and be like, and
Yeah.
here's also a resume with my name, what I'm go by, my hometown, and here's a list of matches that you should check out on the YouTube that I've already take the opportunity to get links for.
Right. But in the old days, it was you had to send a tape in the mail.
Yep.
And they might watch it. They might not. They might throw it in the trash but not even open it.
Exactly.
And then the other way was just going to events and saying, hey, I'm trained, I'm a wrestler, and they might look at you like you're stupid. Oh, are you really? They might have you set up chairs and never use you. And
Exactly.
you might get a chance, and they realize, hey, this guy can actually work, or they might not even watch it. They might just put you out there and have somebody job you out. So I think it's a lot easier to get eyes on you now, but that also makes it harder because everybody's getting watched.
That's true.
You got 10 guys trying to get one spot, only one of you is going to get it. So.
Exactly. You definitely got to be someone that stands out amongst those types because if they're all putting out good matches and you're putting out a good match, you're just going to be looked at like, okay, so he can work.
Yeah.
What's he got to do with my company?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they're going to pick who they pick.
Yeah. But if you can make them want you specifically to be a part of their company, that's a big thing.
Absolutely.
Like all these new companies around that form, if they want people that are going to be good, all they got to do is watch for the best.
Yeah.
Because anyone can wrestle. But it takes truly someone good to make those guys go, damn, I need that person to make my company what it is.
Right.
And you got a unique look. And for what I've seen, you can either wrestle the normal way,
Yeah.
or you can do deathmatch wrestling.
I try to mix it up and not be like. I think that with the character that I do, it doesn't make sense. I don't think there's money in me snatching headlocks. It's more chaotic, and I hit suplexes in the bleachers and shit.
Yeah.
It's.
And that works because most crowds haven't seen that happen.
Yeah.
Most of them be focused and seeing regular ways, but you're bringing unique ways of doing it.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Primo's Pro Wrestling out in Colorado?
I know the name. I don't think I've seen anything, but I've probably
They've
seen it.
got Slave to the Deathmatch tournament.
Okay.
So if something you're interested in,
It sounds like fun, yeah.
I know the promoter out there.
Okay,
So.
you going to pull some strings? Yeah,
Well, I can just put you in contact with them.
absolutely. I'd definitely be interested.
And I'm sure that you've heard of John Bullard from Chicago area.
Yeah, I've heard that name as well. Yeah.
He's got a good promotion as well. It's called Fantastic League of Wrestling.
I like Chicago, maybe more in the summertime. But, yeah, for sure. It's probably cold out there right now.
Yep, it probably is. But I will say that there's a lot of promotions out there that could use a guy like the Freak Draven Lee that could bring his unique violence to the world.
I've slowed down a little bit. I think I'm going to branch back out. 2026 might be it. It might not. I haven't decided yet. I've got nerve damage in my shoulders, my left arm, my lower back has permanent tears in it. My feet are actually numb right now, just sitting here.
And I get that.
So it's like, I'm going to go till the wheels fall off, but I want to have kids one day. I want to be a husband again one day, so that's something to consider. I don't want the business to define me. Like Scott Demore's advice was, don't let this business define you. So I think I can probably do it for a long time if I do it sparingly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I can go full time for a year and get a year out of it. I think I'll do a few shows a month and get some longevity out of it.
And that's understandable.
I can always pop back in and do something that I love.
Yeah.
Instead of looking back and saying, man, I wish I hadn't took these bumps and done all this stuff.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about, is that you're realizing you can make it longer if you do it sparingly.
Yeah.
Because most guys, they don't get that chance. Some of them will keep on going until they can't even do what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
Which is something that a lot of guys could learn from. Because that advice that Scott gave, that's actually pretty good advice. Not to let it define you.
Social media is buzzing right now with William Regal making that post about brother taking that neck bump with John Moxley.
Yeah.
And I think that was done as safely as they could have done it, but it was still a very dangerous bump.
Sure was.
And William Regal's career, William Regal had a good run, but it was arguably cut short because of his neck problems.
Of course.
And Tracy Smothers talked about the bump card. Once the bump
R.I.P. to him.
Yeah, I love Tracy, man. He was awesome. And once that bump card's punched out, you can't unpunch that shit.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, you got people like Edge that was able to come back after 9 years, but he was able to heal up and have those new age surgeries that saved him.
Yep.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to come back. And who knows how next week might be it. You never know.
Yeah, his card's still
with those kinds of issues. And like you got Bryan Danielson, who was able to come back after being told, "Hey, you'll never do this again."
right.
And then Paige Saraya, she
Yep.
was the same way. Hey, you'll never do this again. Groundbreaking surgeries and stuff like that have been able to save those people's careers.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be one of those guys either if I can help it. I don't even have insurance, so they don't provide that in the Indies.
Yeah, I don't think Lloyd's of London exists anymore.
Yeah, you got to pay for that yourself.
Exactly. You got a few road stories that you have that you'd be willing to tell.
Oh man, I got those for days. There was. It depends on what you want me to talk about.
Whatever comes to mind, brother.
That's right.
I'll give a little shout out to Jackson Black.
Okay.
He's one of the JPWA graduates. He's probably not watching because he's an asshole. I should have said he'll get it later. But yeah, Jackson Black, he's taking a break right now, dealing with some personal stuff, but he'll be back soon. We traveled together through 24 and 25 quite a bit. Went to Pennsylvania, went to Illinois, a few other places. PWX, a show that no longer runs in Pennsylvania, and then there was NWR in Chicago. I'm hoping that they come back. I think that they will probably in the new year. They said they won't, but I know better. We traveled a lot, and he was one of those guys that would sleep half the time.
Yeah.
But we got some good experiences in there. As far as traveling and going places, it's fans react to different stuff in different parts of the country. So
Yes.
I love going first so I can get done early, but it's nice to not go first so you can gauge the audience.
Right.
And I was at a bar show in Alabama one time, and they had these two gay guys there, and they were like, "Look, we understand that we're in Alabama, and it's a bar. We know what we're gonna get. You know, we're not gonna take it to heart. Me personally, I believe two people that love each other should be together without person, and that's after finding God too. But they understood the assignment that night. So like, look, naturally we're going to be heels, right?
Right.
So there was this guy calling them all kinds of slurs, you know, and they were first match. Well, I was third match, and the guy that the heel went out first. I came out second. I was in my outer space boogeyman trunks, and the same guy. Oh, you're one of those, you know, blah blah blah. You're gay, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Words I'm not going to repeat.
Right. You can only imagine.
And I was like, hey, you shut up before I suck your dick. And he just stops.
That's exactly how you shut him down.
Big old
man.
burly redneck.
Yeah.
Right? So I get in the ring and I'm like, hey, I tell the referee, I'm like, fuck everything we just called. Just tell him to listen to me. And you. The referee goes, me. I'm like, yeah, listen. I tell him we're going to lock up, I'm going to duck, and I'm going to DX him. But not yet. So the guy keeps trying to talk, and I was like, hey, you keep talking. Nah, I'm going to do it. So I leave the ring, and the guy takes off from me. So I go chasing after this guy. Complete stranger.
Right.
He leaves the building. I turn around, and there's stands in this bar. I turn around, and I go, I guess he didn't want his dick sucked. And they're just laughing. So I get in the ring. We finally go lock up. I duck him. I do the DX chop. Crowd starts chanting, suck his dick, suck his dick. I had a valet with me at the time, and I was like, hey, tell her to jump up and tell him to run at me and almost get her. So she jumps up on the apron, he runs at me, I duck, he almost hits her. She understood that she does it too. Boom. They start chanting, suck her dick. And I'm like, we're not doing anything now. I think I took one bump, and that was the finish. I put him over. And it was... It's totally stupid, but it was so perfect at the time. You know?
Sometimes
It works though.
And then I've been because I never got to wrestle in Mexico, but I've been over there
nice.
just as an extra, and like there's a lot goes on over there. South of the border. As far as being on the road, man, I haven't seen a lot of crazy stuff on the road. It's all been at the actual events.
Right.
There's a guy named Mad Dog Connolly.
Oh, I know him.
Memphis guy. And I'd never wrestled him before. We had a battle royal at NWR in Illinois. And we had a short exchange. We tried to eliminate each other. We didn't get it. They had us to fight to the back, and we were going to have a dog collar match. Well, we wound up not having the dog collar match. It was a regular match. So we talked a little bit in the back, and there's people in the business that don't like me, right? So we get out there, and he's hitting me, and I'm thinking somebody paid this man to shoot on me. So we're pretty much fighting at this point. We're letting each other have it. Blah, 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 blah. And, of course, my job was to put him over. There's one spot where we're on the floor. He gut wrenches me on the floor. I take it and hop up and flip him off and punch him.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. I think this man hates me, right? So I put him over. He gets to the back. I get back there. I look at Jackson. I'm like, hey, get my back. Jackson's like, okay. I get back there, and Connolly goes, man, that was so much fun. That's just how he works.
Yeah. He likes to work stiff.
I'm like, you could have told me that beforehand. Absolutely fantastic guy. Wonderful human being, but he hits like a truck, dude.
Yeah.
And I've been hit by actual trucks. So, like, it's, I'm like, man, I wish I had known. Like, what did I do to you? I am sorry for whatever. Yeah, but Amazing guy though. You know, he just hits really hard for no reason.
It's his way of doing it. He likes
now since I mentioned it, we'll probably have to do it again. I don't look forward to that night at all.
Well, now that you know what's coming and that it's all set.
Yeah. We'll just,
That's right.
We'll just work that way.
That's right.
Shit, I only got about half my teeth anyway, so
I feel like
we'll lose a couple more.
I feel like that's always been Mad Dog Conley's thing. He said he likes to work stiff as hell.
He'll take it all back. If he hits you, he wants you to hit him harder. So
that's right.
That's cool. Shout out to Mad Dog Connolly.
That's also how Chris Crow says that he likes to work. He said if they can handle it, he'll give it.
Crow's the same way. That street fight we had there in Crossville, that was like that. And he would always tell me, hey, anything I give you, just give it back to me. If I don't want it, I won't give it to you.
Right.
You know, so
that's right.
I just kind of follow his lead. I work everybody however they want to work. You know, so
exactly.
I take pride in being versatile there. If you want to work snug, I don't really want to, but we can do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's right.
I won't hit you any harder than you hit me, and we'll go from there.
Dave Linville said, "Who be the one wrestler you wish you could get in the ring with?"
One wrestler I wish I could get in the ring with. There's a few that are still wrestling that I haven't gotten to wrestle. One of them being Shane Mercer. We've talked a little bit.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're going to wrestle. He's going to give me that crazy backflip power slam and probably end my
That's
life.
right, the moonsault battery.
There's a few others. I want to have another go around with Sean Hoodrich. I've wrestled Chase Stevens several times. That's always a good night at the office.
Yep.
I've only wrestled Damian Wayne one-on-one one time.
Nice.
I'd like to do that again. Like you mentioned, Unmasked Zodi. That's going to happen sometime next year.
Definitely got to.
Definitely.
Evil Nate, we've discussed.
Evil Nate's
I have to
one.
wrestle Evil Nate before it's over. And if that's the last match, that's it. That's fine with me. I wouldn't mind locking up with Ricky Morton before he retires.
Nice.
I've wrestled him in a couple of tags, but never one-on-one. I love Ricky. I wrestled at his school for a while.
We were speaking about this man. He just popped up. Chris Crow said, if you haven't seen the street fight between me and Draven Lee from months ago, y'all have to check it out. Hey, we were actually watching that when he got in here.
Absolutely.
Right, man. That was a fucking banger, man.
Tiffany Boggs' YouTube has the link for that one if you want to look that up on YouTube.
That's right.
We're there. You got PWA right there. You got Warpath. Yeah, I'm all over the place.
That's right.
David Matthews.
Chris Crow, how's your shoulder doing, brother? You healing up all right?
And that's the way that is because you got all these potential matchups. I know Zodiac's down to wrestle you anytime because that man, ever since he took off the mask, he has taken it a step further. He has went another level.
I know he was nervous about taking it off. He's like, how are they gonna react?
Right.
It's harder to put it back on than it is to take. Because I know Kane talked about the same thing that he, when Kane was wearing the mask, he was talking about it on Steve Austin's podcast. They were like, keep working on your facials and everything while you're under the mask because we may take it off one day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think that bald unmasked Kane was the best Kane.
I do too because
and I love the mask.
Right.
So it's hard to pick one there.
Exactly.
He's actually mayor like down the road from me in Knox County. So.
Nice.
Yep. Knoxville.
Yeah. Only got to meet him briefly one time. He was really nice. He was also in a hurry too. Everybody was trying to talk to him.
Yep. But that's the truth about the unmasked Kane. When he first unmasked, a bald unmasked Kane was on a whole nother level. He was deranged.
Yeah, I loved it. I can watch bald Kane for hours.
Me too. And Chris Crow said surgery is on January 19th. Then it's time to rebuild and return better than ever. That's right.
So my birthday present is Chris Crow having surgery.
That's right.
He'll get through it because it's my birthday.
That's right.
That's the vibe. He'll be back real fast.
Everybody keep Chris Crow in your thoughts as he goes through surgery on the 19th.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We're all right behind you, brother.
And you've been doing this thing a long time. Death matches. What death match would you say was your favorite one of all?
There's a guy, I cannot remember where he's actually based at, but he wrestled for Total Psychopathic in Knoxville, Raven Havoc.
Nice.
That was definitely my favorite death match. I mean, we went pretty hard in it. We did gusset plates and all that stuff. I don't do a lot of that. Deathmatch wrestling gets a lot of heat, a lot of shit.
It does.
They'll talk about how old deathmatch guys can't work, and sure, some of them probably can't work, but a lot of them really can work. They just enjoy. Raven Havoc can have a regular match and it'd be really good. He just likes having death matches.
Right. Exactly.
John Wayne Murdoch can wrestle circles around people. That dude can straight up fucking work, but he loves death matches.
That's right.
I honestly would not want to try to outwork John Wayne Murdoch because he's just so fucking good.
Exactly.
I'll have a death match with him because I don't have to work that hard.
Yeah.
And I watched him.
He'll definitely outwork me because he's really good. Super athletic. He just doesn't look like it. You don't see him in Walmart and think he's an athlete, but he can go.
And I watched him actually work a match without death match wrestling.
Oh, yeah. He can wrestle, man. He just prefers to do death matches.
Nick Heim said, ups and downs of wrestling in Kentucky versus Tennessee, and do you prefer me or the other?
One or the other.
I haven't wrestled as much in Kentucky, so I it's hard for me to talk too much about Kentucky. I feel like I lean toward Tennessee, but Kentucky really has the same Southern style.
Yeah.
A lot of your fans in Kentucky and Tennessee are more old school. They don't respond as much to the flashy, super indie, a lot of flips, a lot of dives.
Right.
But then there are some that do. I think that if you can tell a good story in the South and then you include the high spot stuff, you're going to get the best response.
Exactly.
And you can get away, and you can get away with being a little goofy too. I'm doing that in a match here on the screen.
You're throwing a purple nerf on a double purple nerf.
Yeah, and that's the thing with my character. I can go out there and be goofy, and I can turn around and catch somebody on fire the week.
That's
after.
right.
Yeah.
You know?
Because that's how wrestling is.
Yeah.
Wrestling is a story that you can suspend your belief for. You can definitely believe that a man just set another man on fire and the police ain't going to do shit about it.
Yeah.
Because wrestling's the only place where you can get away with arson, kidnapping, almost murdering someone, and making someone eat glass.
All of those things happen. Yeah.
They do.
It can get real pretty quick.
David Linville's got a question. He said, meant to say, what would you say if someone says it's fake? I know the injuries are real.
I think there was an interview where Chris Jericho addresses that, and I cannot remember entirely what Jericho said, but he says that he hates the word fake when referring to what we do.
Yes, it's staged, not fake.
Yeah, what we're doing is a form of entertainment. I refer to it as we're actors and we do our own stunts.
That's right.
Yep.
You can't have a stand-in or a stunt double. Trust me, I'd love to have a stunt double, but it's not like that. I've been lucky and not had any serious injuries that kept me on my ass for months at a time. I've got the permanent damage I mentioned earlier. It definitely makes things harder, but I've been very fortunate with things not really putting me on the shelf for too long. But the horrific injuries that I've seen, and it's usually doing something simple. You know, a guy does these dives and crazy bumps, and he breaks his ankle taking a hip toss. You know,
Exactly.
And one little slip up, even the best in the world get hurt doing something simple.
That's right.
Speaking of Jericho, there was the match with Pac. He was Neville in WWE.
Yeah.
When I think he slid under Jericho and rolled his ankle, and just broke it.
Yep.
And then Jericho shoved the referee to get disqualified because he was hurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the ref wasn't calling the match. But Pac's one of the best in the world, doing something he's done 1,000 times, breaks his ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyone saying that it's fake or not real or doesn't hurt or whatever, I offer just to hop into one training session.
Yeah, take some
That's
shots,
right.
take some shots, and take some bumps.
Yeah, take a bump, run the ropes.
Yes, run the ropes because I'm telling you right
I
now.
run the ropes.
I still hate running the ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to do anything, honestly.
They look at those ropes and they think that the ropes are ropes, and what they don't understand is that there's electrical cable inside those ropes. So when you're running them, you're going to be hitting your back no matter what.
It depends on the actual rope. I know Rob Van Dam was talking about how ECW had the garden hose and the cable, and then WWF had the actual rope.
Yeah.
And they were looser. So when he went to do the moonsaults and all that stuff, it was way different. He had to learn how to do it differently on the
That's
actual
right.
rope.
My back still hurts from running the ropes.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It will for a few days. Yeah.
And trust me, they try and say that the ropes are fake, but there's nothing fake about the ropes hitting your back and leaving welts.
No, absolutely not. You have to get your body callous to that.
That's
stuff.
right.
I think the Undertaker mentioned how he went to more of the part-time schedule where he was doing WrestleMania and he would do like a couple of months of live events leading up to WrestleMania. He's like, I didn't hit the ropes for, 10 months or so.
Yeah.
He's like, your body gets callous to hitting the ropes, to taking bumps, to getting hit. So that's why he got that storage building with the ring in it.
Yep.
And he had one of the Cologne brothers come and train with him so he could get back. Being in shape and being in ring shape are completely different things.
That's right.
Yes.
Like I look, you can tell I hit the gym, but there's guys that don't hit the gym at all that are in better ring shape than me.
Of course.
Yep.
It goes a long way. It goes you don't do it for a while. That's why when you're out with an injury, it's like, man, I got to hit the ropes. I need to roll around. You take that first bump, it feels like you're getting shot. You haven't done it in so many months.
Exactly.
It's
Got to
just
have that ring rust burned off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michelle Starney said, "We'd love to see you over in the Mid-South area."
The Mid-South area. Well, you're going to see me in. Is that who I think it is? Yeah, you're going to see me in Clarksville in April.
Nice.
So I'll be. I got a special place in my heart for Clarksville. Some old backyard buddies started a promotion there called Clarksville Wrestling Federation. They did it years ago, and then William Alexander. He used to wrestle as Telly Pace. He's more known as William Alexander now. Him and his family run Billy Pace Memorial. They're going to do that in April. So I'll be there April 4th, and I think they're back in August. So it's me, Chris Michaels, Damian Wayne, and Anthony Ingram in a 4-way ladder match.
Oh,
and,
Chris Michaels, we know him all too well.
It hurts already. I don't even. But yeah, it's gonna be a rough night at the office. That's 3 heavy hitters and me. So
I have the honor of saying that I've been punched by Chase Stevens while he's drunk.
Oh yeah.
It was at I think it was 2 years ago. It was at a Caverna Super Show. He was drunk and he was trying to teach me how to the working punches and
Oh yeah, he just hit you.
Yeah, punched me inside the face and I just said, well, I got punched by Chase Stevens.
Oh,
That's an honor.
I love Chase, man. Chase doesn't like people saying it out loud, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it anyway. He's one of the good ones, man. I've seen a car full of green guys on a show.
Yeah.
And Chase walked up and said, "Hey, you guys good? Did they give you your money? Do I need to go in there and get it? Because he will.
Yeah.
He'll come out with a little bit more than they owed you.
Yeah.
But you guys need to eat, and he'll take them to like Buffalo Wild Wings, and he'll pay for their food.
Nice.
And so you guys use that money to get home, buy something for your old lady. I know she's mad that you're at this show.
Yeah.
He makes sure that these green guys get taken care of.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, man, that didn't always happen for him. So he
Exactly.
makes, and he's one of the good ones. So I'm gonna break a little kayfabe there and put Chase over because he really is one of the best, man. You'll hear bad stories about him beating people up and shit like that, but that was usually when they deserved it.
David says, any stories from Memphis, like wrestlers you met, like Dutch Mantel, Austin Idol, Bill Dundee, or anyone like that?
Memphis, man. So when I was working for Burt, we were doing the TV tapings, and you usually have like 3 to 5 minutes for a TV match. And I saw Bill Dundee from kind of far away, but I hadn't got to get to him yet.
Nice.
And this guy that I was wrestling for 3 minutes, we were going over some spots. Well, Bill Dundee goes, "Are you fucking wrestling or dancing?" I looked at Bill Dundee and I said, "Yes." A little bit later at Tennessee All Pro, they booked Bill Dundee with a guy there. And Bill was the only one that Bill knew. So he walked up to me first. He goes, "Who's got the pleasure in my body tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, he's not in here yet, but when he gets here, I'll have him to walk up to you." And of course, Bill was nothing but professional, and he made the guy look like he'd been doing this for years,
That's
that
right.
was a little funny, you're dancing or wrestling. And we were standing outside the building in the arena in Jackson. He goes, "Oh, we used to pack these buildings out. Now everybody's fucking smart." I'm like, "Bill, if you're so mad, why don't you stay home, my dude?" And Dutch Mantel, I did a seminar with him when I was 21 or 22. And
Nice.
he called me Vampiro the whole seminar. And then Tracy Smothers was the same way. He called me Vampiro for like probably a year, and then one day Tracy walks up and goes, "Brother, what's your fucking name? I keep calling you Vampiro." I was like, "It's Draven, sir." He goes, "Sir, I'm Tracy." I was like, "Yeah, yes, sir. I'm Tracy. Yes, Tracy." I think I called him sir the last time I saw him in my life. But who else did he met? I've never met Austin Idol though. I know of him, but we've never met. As far as Memphis, of course, the King. I mentioned Jerry Lawler earlier.
Yep.
Jerry Lawler was a stand-up guy. Got to meet Coco Beware. He was really cool.
Nice.
He really does. He legitimately does train the birds. So that's a real thing.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
As far as Memphis legends, that's about the only ones that I've had interactions with.
Yeah. Mark McGee said, "What's up, Draven, my brother?"
Oh, Mark McGee, what's up, man?
Nelson L. Lowry said, "Good evening, guys."
What's up, Nelson?
What's up?
Dave Linville has yet another thing. He said, Lance Russell always said, pound for pound, Dundee was one of the toughest, if not the toughest guys he knew.
That's true. I still don't think that Bill has actually retired. So
Me,
he's probably not going to bump for you, but he'll punch you in the mouth.
Yeah,
that's right. But that's a great thing that you got to meet Bill Dundee.
Yeah,
one of the toughest guys, one of the funniest guys in the business.
Yeah.
Wealth of knowledge. And Coco Beware doesn't get his flowers a lot either.
No, Coco was a class act, man. We were at a show in Woodbury. There's a wrestler known as Uncle Biff, Lee Byford. He and another guy booked a show in Woodbury, and they booked Coco, and that's how I met him. And I met him another time after that, but the first time was at that show in Woodbury, and he was super cool. You always hear like, "Oh, don't ask him for pictures. You're a fucking mark." Blah blah blah. Well, I walked up to Coco. I was like, "Hey man, like, can I get a picture? Like, I'm not gonna post it."
Right.
Coco goes, "Hey man, don't worry about that. Come here, let's take a picture." We took one, and I posted it, and it was the same way with the Boogeyman.
Oh yeah.
I figured he's going to kayfabe me. There's no way. He goes, "Fuck that. Take a picture of me. Come here."
Nice.
So, and Tracy Smothers said, "Take the fucking pictures."
Yeah.
That's right.
And Tracy wrestled a fucking bear. So
Exactly.
nobody else's opinion matters to me. You wrestle a bear, then you can talk to me.
And like guys like Bob Blaze said, Bob Blaze, the legend of Kentucky wrestling, he said, always get the pictures because there will be a day where you're going to be wanting to look back and you're going to realize I didn't stop to get those pictures.
They talk about how, "Oh, you're a fucking mark." Of course I'm a fucking mark. That's why I wanted to be a wrestler.
Exactly.
Everybody was a mark.
Yeah,
How'd you get in the business?
They talked about guys doing that, and then I think it was X-Pac posted on social media and said, "Hey, if you're on an indie show with me and you want a picture with me, I would love to take a photo with you."
Yeah.
That's right.
I only met X-Pac one time, and he was really fucked up. It was before he got sober, so I didn't get to take a picture with him. He was super cool though. He had it out with the promoter when he first got there, and then he got over it and he came around and talked to everybody. Super nice guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you hear so far. I've only met a couple of people that were kind of shitty.
Yeah, there sometimes is.
My heroes were mostly class X, so
Good.
I have that, which is nice.
Ben Campbell said, "What a stand-up guy Draven is."
Oh, Ben Campbell, what's up, dude? I just sent him some merch a while back. The last I had left was my Jack Daniels ripoff T-shirts with the 666 on it. I don't do that anymore. I don't swing for that team anymore. But we're going to replace that with a 13 and put them back out. So
That's
we're
right.
looking for that sometime in the future.
And that's a good thing about X-Pac is that he's letting people know, hey, take the fucking pictures.
Yeah.
Because you hear everyone try to say that y'all shouldn't be taking pictures, but what they need to understand is that everybody was a mark. You can't be a professional wrestler if you wasn't a mark.
Yeah, you hear about how, like, I have a lot of old schoolers tell me, like, "Oh, the old school guys got into it to make money." And I'm not saying I wouldn't love to make millions of dollars. I don't think anybody here wouldn't love to have millions of dollars. I've not paid my rent before because of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And I have paid my rent because of professional wrestling. So I've been on both sides of that spectrum. They talk about how it's certain things you don't do. You don't do this, you don't do that. It's like, I've broken most of those rules and still been somewhat successful.
Exactly.
they go back about, oh, you don't let your girlfriend come around, you let rats pay the way, blah, blah, blah. And I always broke all that stuff. I didn't really give a shit about it. But they, going back to the pictures and not being, if you're still a fan, you shouldn't be a worker. Edge talks about still being a fan.
Yeah.
Still watching matches that he's not in. He talked about the 9 years that he was out, he still watched on and off.
Right.
Exactly.
Randy Orton still watches wrestling. And I've said a few times that I think as far as the guys that are currently doing it, I think Randy Orton's the best.
Yes, he is.
And Damian Wayne, we don't agree on everything, but we'll agree on that. If DW chimes in, he probably won't. He's probably busy. But I think that Randy Orton is the best currently wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time. That's up for debate. But he's the best that currently performs. His facials, his selling, everything is perfect.
Yes.
And he still watches wrestling.
He sure does.
I think one day when I hang it up for good, I'm still going to watch Monday Night Raw.
Right.
I'm still going to watch AEW. I'm still going to find the Japanese stuff and watch it. I just love wrestling. Sometimes it's really bad, but it's usually pretty good.
That's right.
If you sit through one of my matches, you're a trooper. So, but I think that it's perfectly okay to just love wrestling.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if you don't love wrestling, then why the fuck are you even talking? Go
Exactly.
go do whatever thing it is that you want to do and leave me the fuck alone.
What kind of Japanese wrestling do you love?
Man, I was always a Great Muta fan.
Good choice.
Of course, New Japan Pro Wrestling is, I guess that's the bar, that's the standard for Japanese wrestling. I was a fan of Kenny Omega before he transitioned more into the United States. I met Kenny briefly. I don't know if he still does it. He was an ambassador for Redcon.
Yeah.
The pre-workouts and all that stuff, and he was at a show that I was at. I don't think he watched me wrestle, but I at least got to speak to him.
Nice.
He was,
Nice.
but it was one of those everyone was trying to talk to him.
Of course.
So he was kind of saying, "Hey, yeah, quick selfie, yeah, I'll sign your thing, okay, yeah," and just kind of trying to make his way out while still being professional. But he seemed to be. If you got him alone, he'd probably chit chat,
Yeah.
But Okada is another one.
The Rainmaker.
Yeah, Ibushi.
Yeah.
I love the Tekken series. So King being based on a couple of Japanese wrestlers,
Yes.
and apparently they actually did the motions for all that, which is pretty cool. And he has an Okada gear on one of the games, so
That's right.
I always wanted to cosplay King, but then Brian Cage did it, and he's way more jacked than me, so I'm just not going to do it now, I guess.
There's also the Yakuza series that also loves Japanese professional wrestling.
When you have the mob on your side, I guess you're, a lot of cool stories from Japanese wrestling. Jushin Liger, of course, is another one.
Have you made it to Japan yet?
No. I would love. I don't know how well I would hang over there, but I would at least get my ass kicked gracefully.
Yeah.
So, Japanese promotions, if you're looking for a jobber, I'm your guy. Just pay me, like Al Snow said.
Have you watched some Hayabusa?
I love Hayabusa. Hayabusa was a god among men.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
May he rest in peace. I hate that. I hate that. Some people make they make false assumptions when it comes to Japanese wrestling.
Yeah.
I heard about some guys that were trying out for something like that, and Shinsuke Nakamura was one of the people watching, and they were knocking the crap out of each other, and Nakamura was like, whoa, we got to do this every night.
Yeah, right.
You make them believe we're knocking the shit out of each other. I mean, sometimes you just hit each other, whatever, it happens,
Right.
but not all the time.
Exactly.
Like there was that match with, I think it was, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and Gunther.
Yep.
Yeah.
Used to be Walter. He's Gunther now. They had that triple, and they had bruises all over themselves. But they don't do that every night.
Exactly.
You work like that every night, you're going to work a few years, and that's it.
Exactly.
And it's there's that common misassumption that they just beat each other up. There's a different form to the art in Japan than there is over here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your punches definitely won't look like shit in Japan. They won't allow that shit.
Because they want it to look as real as possible.
Yeah. But they take more pride in it looking like a legit competition.
And even the fans take pride inside because when they're clapping, it's because they approve of what's happening.
Yeah.
When they're not clapping, you might as well go back to the drawing board.
there are guys that come over here in the Indies that work that style and make it believable. Toby Farley is one of those guys. If you ever have the chance to have Toby here, bring him in. He'll probably ask for some money. Whatever. Give it to him just to come talk. He likes to work that Japanese strong style, and he can do it very believably.
Nice.
To be born and raised in this. He actually did a small tour in Japan too. So, and you go back to Chase Stevens. I think Chase can work that style too.
Yes, he can.
I mean, he might actually just hit you, but he probably won't. It just depends on the day.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think it's an art that's not understood fully by American fans.
Right.
And I can say that confidently because I don't fully understand it either.
Yeah.
You know? That's why I said I don't know if I can hang, but I'll try. I'm a lot more old school myself. So
That's right. You mentioned Chase Stevens. Well, at the Converting Super Show that I was at, where I got punched by him and Chris Crow had a match together. And I tell you this, on the outside, he hit Chris Crow hard inside the stomach. Chris Crow shrugged from him like, all right, we're going to do it this way. He hit him so hard that Chase was like, all right, yeah. And then they start working stiff.
They had to establish that boundary there, I guess.
Yep. Because at first they were working it differently than what Chris Crow was used to. But once he felt that punch to the gut, that's when Chris kind of did a little shrug like, all right, we're going to work the way I usually like to work. And then they start beating the hell out of each other. He got suplexed onto the outside, got thrown over the barricade. Jimmy Wallace was getting pissed off. Ray X came over there like, no, bring your ass back over that barricade. There's a rule here. You can't be having them over those barricades because Commission here really did lay down the law.
Right.
Because of all the bleeding and all that happened back then for IWA Mid-South.
Yeah. Well,
Commission kind of does that.
There's some states that you can't bleed in, even if it's by accident.
Yep.
You get popped in the nose, if you're bleeding, you got to get out.
Yep.
Until it's not bleeding. Yeah, I was at a show one time. I forget what state I was in. I think it might have been Indiana. I don't remember. But they were the booker was like, "Don't bleed." He's like, "Not only can you not bleed here, I also got a new canvas." And we're like, okay, yeah, we're not going to bleed. Cool, no problem. So I'm in a match, and I hit the ropes, and I give the guy a tackle, and he drops down, jumps over me. We do a bunch of stuff. Well, I wound up arm dragging him, and I've got him in like a little arm hold here. And the referee's like, Draven, you're bleeding. I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
I'm like, are you high? I'm not bleeding. What the fuck's wrong with you? There was a little wire exposed in the rope. It got me like right under the armpit. I mean, you could barely even see the cut, but I was bleeding like I had been shot. Just running down. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I'm getting fired.
So I just leaned back and kicked the guy really hard and leave the ring. And I'm like, what's going on? I didn't do this. So they grab a towel real quick. There's no blood coming from, so I go back and finish the match. But it looked like I had been lacerated. It was a little tiny, like not even centimeter or so, you know. Yeah. But that little wire just poked in and poked out and just opened me up like a gunshot wound. I'm like, and of course it was me. They already didn't like me. Lucky they booked me anyway. Now they're not going to pay me back.
And the fact that it was inside a state where you could not bleed.
Yeah, so I had two problems. I'm like, I fucked up his canvas. I broke the law. I was probably going to do that anyway. You know, but they made it easier for me, I suppose.
But that has happened in Kentucky wrestling too, where accidental bleeding has happened, and the promoters had to quickly stop the match. Otherwise, Commission was going to get pissed off.
To me, that's a petty rule because it's like, what if I get popped in my nose on accident?
Yeah,
exactly.
Anything can happen. You know,
And what the guy understands that yes, IWA Mid-South used to love bleeding 24/7 every match, but there comes a time where you need to be more relaxed on the rules when it comes to bleeding, because sometimes accidental bleeding can happen. Sometimes you might accidentally do it the hard way and not even understand that you just did it.
Yeah, well, the fans will usually get pretty pissed. It's like, I know in WWE it's happened. I can't remember who it was with now, but I can remember blood accidentally happening and they coming out with a towel and the fans chanting, "This is bullshit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, they may not have planned to bleed, but sometimes shit happens. And you bring gimmicks into it, it's even more of a risk. Like,
exactly. You know. And you can't stop a match just because bleeding happens, because the fans, once they see that, they're like, fuck this show, I'm not coming back.
You're liable to get popped by accident.
Exactly. Because
Anyways, the blood makes it look 10 times better. Makes the fan players even more real.
that's right.
Yeah,
It adds to the story.
I hate seeing a cage match without blood.
well, that's what they're doing. They're trying to condition us to get away from that. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn had that street fight, no blood. The Hell in the Survivor Series, the War Games, no blood.
Yeah.
So
At least a couple of people should have been covered in blood.
yeah.
Definitely, especially so War Games match, 'cause that's the
I
one
think
match where it should happen.
they're conditioning the newer fans to
Be more family friendly.
not worry so much about the blood.
Yeah.
Exactly, because that's what it's supposed to be about, is that if you're inside a War Games match, you're supposed to bleed. If you're inside a match that's Street Fight, you're supposed to bleed. Imagine a death match where it says it's death match, but there's no bleeding at all, and the weapons were never used.
Yeah, you very rarely see a death match without blood. I think
Exactly.
That's part of the whole thing about a death match.
Yeah, the blood becomes part of the
Yeah, it's
gimmick.
going to be
Exactly.
lots of blood. Yeah.
And that's the whole point, because if it's a death match, you gotta expect it's just gonna be bleeding.
Yeah, yeah.
Either on the back, the arm, the head, the nose, ears, maybe eyes. You never know where it's gonna come from.
Yeah, for sure. Mhm.
And people's gotta understand, in wrestling, you gotta let the blood flow, especially when you're inside of a match that's designated as being hardcore.
Yeah, I loot like for no reason. I'll on YouTube watch some hardcore matches and bleeding. I'm like, that's the reason I thought it was real. I thought wrestling was real.
See, YouTube makes it easy for hardcore matches to be
I'd
found.
be like,
Oh, yeah.
WWE hardcore matches.
Man, that's some loose ass ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird time in my life.
Yeah, yeah, those are very loose.
Looks like
I'm
somebody-
surprised that you were able to get up there and not fall off.
Honestly, it looks like you're in somebody's basement.
Yeah, that ring goes up and down a lot, so it's
Yeah,
Those like someone's basement.
that was an old venue in Crossville. It used to be a bar.
yeah.
Yeah, the roof was very low, so the guy that was
Yeah.
renting the building actually got permission to take that roof out and take it up, so we could at least do some simple top rope moves.
Yeah, because
they had Alex Zane there one night, and like half his
good choice.
Like half his offense was just gone.
Oh man, Actually, like, y'all expect me to jump from the top rope?
Yeah.
With this?
Yeah, he was kind of like, I'll do some standing stuff. Okay.
He had to basically drop his entire offense and become some.
Yeah.
Oh,
Luckily,
someone's wearing a Peacemaker cosplay.
Luckily, Zane can wrestle too. So that's,
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
That came into play that night for sure.
And he's got the Taco Bell sponsorship over there in Japan.
Yeah, that's insane. I love Zane, man.
So do we.
He's one of the good ones.
I thought you were giving the fin, giving the ladder.
Our host at Nice Guy actually knows his cousin.
Okay.
And he's been trying for years to get Alex Zane onto the podcast.
Right.
One day it's going to happen because of the cousin.
Okay.
But that's the thing, too.
Well, Zane was originally from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yep.
He lives in Florida now, I believe.
Yep.
When he's in the States, he's usually in Japan.
Lexington is his hometown.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for
And
him.
this match here is with Cousin Condry, and it looks like there's a casket.
Yeah, it was a casket match. We had built that feud up for a few months, packed out the building, swanton on the ladder. That was dumb on my part, but whatever.
Hey, it happens, though.
And we,
In the moment, you probably wasn't even thinking about it.
Well, I
And
mean,
then after you did it, you were like, well, fuck.
yeah, a good night at the office, man. Condry is one of the good ones. Like I said before, he's going to fool around and make some money if he's not.
Yep. And you got Peacemaker out there watching y'all.
That was a Halloween show, so everybody was dressed up.
Nice.
I came out. I did a Bray Wyatt entrance. That was the year that he passed, so I did.
Yeah.
I had a lantern.
2023.
I had a lantern, and I had a Hawaiian shirt that I wore out before I got to the ring. And
Nice.
all that stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
This is my first time seeing Condry without his mask.
Yeah, it was super hot, and I think when he knows he's really going to have to go, he'll find a reason to take it off.
Yeah.
Nice.
He tried coming out of it for a while and was like, "No, I guess that ain't it."
Yeah.
But
Sometimes you gotta wear the mask even if you don't want to wear it.
yeah.
Seen a couple
Because sometimes the mask
matches.
becomes like a personality.
Yeah.
Look at Zodiac. 25 years he wore the mask, but he was also being Mikey Motor on the side as well.
Yeah, he changed a lot of his style and stuff up too.
Yep.
Without the mask, yeah.
And that's the way it's supposed to be in wrestling, because if you're going to be... Look at Rey Mysterio. When he went without the mask, he had a somewhat altered version of his moveset.
Yeah.
Then when he put the mask back on, he brought it back.
Yeah, I remember when Ray had the horns.
Yeah.
I liked his Phantom-inspired costume that he had at Halloween Havoc 1997.
That one always goes down in history.
Oh, yes.
Yep, because Eddie Guerrero was beating the hell out of him and ripping the mask in half and trying to expose his face.
Yeah, I remember they just brought out the 2K game and they added all that on there. The Halloween Havoc and like the I don't know if it's Road to WrestleMania or what it is. And then I remember one of the old
showcase.
I remember one of the old games he was on unmasked. I think it was only one he was on with that version of it.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
And the reason why he wanted the mask back, because when WCW had him take his mask off, it was because Eric Bischoff for some reason thought the mask isn't marketable.
Yeah.
But when Dudley brought it back, they said, hey, we can make this work. And they did.
Yeah.
Kids bought those masks left and right.
I mean, to me, like Rey Mysterio is the luchador.
Yes, he is.
Nice.
He's the guy that a lot of other luchadors inspire to be.
Yeah, there's people that don't even watch wrestling ever, and they understand, well, luchador, that's Rey Mysterio, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, and they even know
That's that thing Rey Mysterio does.
They even say his move's name when they see it.
Yeah.
And they not watch wrestling at all, but as soon as they see Rey Mysterio, they're like, I know that guy.
Right.
And that's the way it should be, because Rey Mysterio built his name on recognition alone. He was able to do moves like the Hurricanrana, the 619, which started out as just him running ropes and doing the tiger feint, and then get backside ring and making the fans think he was going to do a moonsault.
Yeah.
But he said it was Michael Cole and Taz that helped him come up with the 619, because they saw him do the move, and he was looking for a name, and then Taz, being a number guy, is like, well, why don't we call it the 619? And because it being San Diego's call sign, that's how the move became itself.
That makes perfect sense, yeah.
And he's the only one that I've seen that's pulled it off besides Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
To do it the correct way.
There's a few others in the indies that do it. There's a guy that, I can't remember who it is, that does a reverse one.
Oh.
Where he swings out forward and comes back. I can't remember who it was.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. Jason Kincaid does it with, he usually gets like the stairs or a chair, and he does it from outside the ring and comes in. And,
Nice.
Which is innovative, you know.
Yeah, that is innovative. And that's the way it's got to be inside wrestling. You got to find what's going to work, what's going to pop those fans, because if all you're doing is focus on popping the boys, you're not going to be making much inside wrestling. You got to make the fans care what you're doing.
Right.
Jeremy Blake said, hope you all are doing well. Same to you, Jeremy.
Jeremy Brake, yeah. I've had a few matches for him.
Heck yeah. And look, we got Peacemaker side of the ring.
I got to wrestle, I can't remember if Jeremy Brake booked the match when I wrestled Swinger.
Yeah.
It was definitely in Jellicoe, and then I got to wrestle. We had a match that wound up being outside of a rundown hotel that wound up actually being a really good show.
Nice.
That was Jeremy Brake as well.
Hey, sometimes when you wrestle at the seediest places, you realize sometimes those are actually one of the best venues that you could wrestle at.
Yeah, I've had some of my best matches in like the worst places. Those ones where you pull up to the venue and you're like, oh shit.
And you're just thinking, why the fuck did they call me out here?
And it's even worse because he done sent me my money.
Yeah, now you have to come out
I really
there.
have to do it.
And you're probably sitting out there watching and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, do I really have to go in here and wrestle?
Yep. And it wound up being really great.
Exactly. But that's a great, because that shows that lots of people are taking notice of you.
Yeah.
Ben Campbell definitely wants to see you at Glory Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Professional Wrestling Glory.
I'll look into that.
And that's good too, because there are so many promotions that are coming about and you're finding out about them.
Yeah.
from Tennessee wrestling, from Mid-South wrestling, from Kentucky wrestling. Yeah, there might even be wrestling shows in Ohio that you could be looking into, like a Sin Pro Wrestling. Mm-hmm. And
Northern Wrestling Federation.
Yep. Definitely Northern Wrestling Federation you should check out, because they got Roger Ruffin, a legendary figure inside the wrestling business. He's always looking for new talent. Always, so he can teach them and train them. And you've proven that over time, you can work with anyone. Yeah. And I think that's unique to your character.
I think that's what makes the most successful wrestlers the ones that can work with anybody.
That's right.
And not necessarily work every style, but be able to adapt, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely have adapted anytime that you're inside the ring. I mean, we saw you do a purple nurple with a guy inside the ring. That's adapting right there.
That's what I like about the character. Like I said before, I can be funny and goofy and comical, or it can also be violent and psychotic. Or I can go out there and have a traditional match. I just don't think it always makes sense for me to.
That's right.
I can do all the wrestling. I learned how.
Exactly.
It's just, I don't think that's where the money is for me.
Exactly. And you finding what works for your character is showing that you're taking notice of it and what you think is best for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way of doing it whenever you're a wrestler, is to gauge how you feel is going to make you the best money. How you feel is going to make the fans either hate your guts or love your guts.
You want to get the best either way.
That's right.
Yep.
You either want them to chant your name or go home and pray that you don't make it home.
Exactly. And sometimes you might instill a riot. Sometimes you might not instill a riot. I will say that some wrestlers are prideful on the riots that they've caused, like Scott Diamond.
Yep.
And I think that's best. I mean, in today's wrestling, it's hard to cause a riot. But if you find the right people at the right time, you might cause a riot.
Absolutely.
We definitely get your argument with me.
Yes. A lot of wrestlers have argued with this kid several times.
The heels love Killian.
Yep.
They do. Especially at KWF, because he gives them hell.
I make every heel job easier.
That's right.
Getting heckled.
That is how it usually goes. But I think that if you could find a fan that hates your guts when you're playing heel, and that they're hating your guts for real, that makes it easier as a heel, because now you know who to gauge and who to run your mouth at, because now you got that one fan that can cause all the other fans to join in on hating your guts.
Absolutely.
And like this look here is unique. You got the camo, you got the Draven Lee on the back of your vest.
Yeah.
Also like that the face paint is half and half.
Yeah, I did the half sometimes, and then other times what I would try to start doing later was, for a really big match, I'd do the full face, and then for a regular night, I'd do the half.
And it works.
I use acrylic paint because I like for it to come off during the match, because it looks more like a battle.
Yeah.
I thought about using the liquid latex. It doesn't come off at all.
Yeah.
But I think it looks more legit if it comes off.
And plus, acrylic paint is what Sting would wear for his face paint.
Yeah.
Like, if he was wearing the liquid one, it would never ever look good. All his face paint always wore off during the match.
Same thing with Sting, in a big match like that, at the end of it, he'd have the death lock hooked, and the face paint's like barely there.
Yep.
And he's just, and it looks like a battle that way.
It does.
Makes it look even more real.
I see that you got a Jack Skeleton tattoo.
Yeah, I've had that one for a while.
Nice. See, this shows that you can work with big guys or you can work with small guys.
Oh, yeah. If you look on YouTube, I mean, I've got hours and hours of stuff on there from different places and different people.
Yeah, you do, because
different promotions.
Big Beard here, at first he didn't know what to think until he watched your show, watched your matches, and then he realized, oh shit, this guy's great.
I've had a few.
That's right. Have you worked with a guy called the Face Collector? Ooh,
I have.
that's something.
That sounds familiar though.
Jared Savage. He's more from Washington. He moved out here a couple years ago, I think.
Okay.
More in Indiana, I think, recently. He'll be getting his Kentucky license soon and doing more shows up here.
And he likes to collect faces as well. He wears a mask as well.
Maybe we'll do some business sometime.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, because he was working the Juggalo scene for the longest time for JCW.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to try to get out there sometime.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to go and work, because we seen our guys, Evil Nate's manager, Dahlia, she's working over there right now.
Yeah, I know her too.
Called the Ring Rat. And she works it. I tell you this, she likes it.
That right there shows me when somebody's good at this, when they can be given anything and make it work.
Yep.
Because not anybody would be able to make that. Not anybody would want to make that work either.
Right. I'm not a personally a fan of that gimmick, but, you know.
But she's able to make it work.
She can make it work. Yeah. You know, I'm a big fan of Dahlia. If she can make it work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, more power to her. And I know she can make it work.
It's like The Undertaker. At first, if they had given it to Hulk Hogan as he claims, it wouldn't have worked. But The Undertaker took the name The Undertaker. He made that gimmick into a star because he knew how to roll his eyes into the back of his head, and he could move like a cruiserweight for a big guy.
Oh, yeah.
Even before that, when he was Mark Callis, that man could work.
Oh, yeah.
It just shows that even if you're a big guy, you can work like cruiserweight. You can do high-flying moves if you want to. But it don't make sense unless it makes sense to your character.
There's ways to make it work, yeah.
That's right. And that's what you've done with Draven Lee. Mm-hmm. You found what works for him, and you kept with it. You stuck to it. You know what's going to make you that money.
Yeah, I try to think outside the box.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where the box is or how big the box is. But
Omega has just chimed in. Omega said, Draven, you know what? Lee.
Oh, Omega. What's up, dude?
That's what it's all about.
We were talking about when you used to wear boots and it was weird.
Yes. I can agree. It looked weird.
Don't ever do that
again.
Yeah, we all saw that picture you posted, man. That was,
Like I said, my first match with him, he wore boots, and then me and him and Damian Wayne wrestled a triple threat match for Burt. That was one of my favorite matches ever. We did the deal where I went to go for my elbow drop, and Omega popped up, stopped me, came up for the superplex, and then Damian Wayne sunset flipped and powerbombed Omega, and I took the superplex.
Oh, shit.
Man.
I went fucking flying. And we actually both elbow dropped Omega D that night. So he actually has a better heart now because of that.
Nice.
We just kind of jump-started it. So he's going to live like a lot longer because of that now.
He said you're one of his favorite humans he's met on his journey.
Nice.
I love you, my dude. I appreciate that.
That's what it's all about. And you know what? 2026 could be a year of you and Omega again running it back.
Oh, we got to do it at least one more time. I don't have that much left in the tank. He might take the rest of it. He likes to hit really hard for no fucking reason.
You're out of time.
That's true.
He's working his style.
I love it, though. I'm here for it.
Earlier, we did have Nick Depp watching as well.
Oh, shout out Nick Depp.
And he's a guy that likes to work hard as well.
I had a good match with him there in Gladeville for PWA.
Nice.
He posted a video on TikTok of him hitting me with the enziguri and the way that I sold it. I was like, you see, I sold that like the rent was due, so now that's why it got over.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Because that's the way enziguri should be sold.
Yeah, you gotta sell.
A lot of people be treating the enziguri like it ain't powerful, but that move can do things to people.
Oh, absolutely.
One of the people that I've seen that would use it is X-Pac. I've also seen S.A. Rios use the enziguri, and it was effective. You don't see much moves from the past being used today, but if they was to be used today, I guarantee they'd get over just like they did back then.
A lot of things just, I want to say it was William Regal. I think Hogan talked about it when he wasn't being a jerk off.
Yeah.
There was talk about how the moves, how everything changed over the years.
Yeah.
Like when Jake Roberts hit the DDT, that was it.
Yep.
Now you see DDTs all the time.
Yep.
I mean, to me, if I'm in a fight and I grab your head and drive it into the ground, if I don't knock you out, you're a bad motherfucker.
That's right.
Same thing with a pile driver. The pile driver has actually killed people.
Yeah.
That should be a finisher. When the leg drop was a finish, because Hulk Hogan was 300 pounds, I guess that adds a little bit of oomph to it. But now you see a leg drop in every match. You see dives in every match.
Yeah.
You know, when Jimmy Snuka dove over the top rope, oh, what the fuck is that? Now they do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Exactly.
everything, I guess, has evolved. Feuds used to last longer, too.
Yes, they did, because that's how you made the money, is that you kept the feud going until you had that blow-off match.
Yeah.
Dakota Wilson said, "Take a drink for me, Draven."
Take a drink for you. All right, I can do that. Here we go.
And that's what it's all about, is because it's showing that you have made connections with them. They feeling it. They all know Draven Lee.
That is. Let me see if that's who I think it is. I think that's the guy that sold me my car.
That's enough tips.
But that's a good thing in wrestling.
Yeah, that's the guy that sold me my car.
That you make it. Hey, that's awesome. That's a connection right there.
Yeah, he's a fan.
See, I told you.
Funny story about that. I was just randomly on Facebook, and he had posted, because he works for a dealership. He's like, "Oh, come in now, deals, blah blah blah." I come in, I was like, "I bet you can't sell me a car," and he's like, "I bet I can. Come on in." Years of trying to be a wrestler, I have the credit of a fucking Neanderthal. So,
Right.
He managed to sell me a car. I drove it here tonight. So
That's a hell of,
Hell yeah.
that's a hell of a car salesman.
So shout out to Dakota Wilson for selling me a fucking Ford Fusion, because I'm a fucking loser.
Hey, Ford Fusion. Isn't that what Sean also has?
I had a Dodge Charger. I'm a little salty I don't have that anymore. But I'll get another one, when wrestling pays off, right?
That's right. I'll tell you what, though, that shows that car has mileage on it, because you were able to drive it from there to here.
Yeah, man. It's been a good ride so far. We'll see.
That's right. Our guy, Marty Clay, he has a Dodge. It's a pretty good car.
Oh, cool, yeah.
But you know who he won't let drive inside of it no more? The man that called in earlier. Party Man Cam.
Party Man Cam.
Because Party Man Cam, let's just say when you're having a story with each other and he pipes up beside back seat to say, "I'll baste her turkey," and you guys don't know what the fuck he's talking about, just to have him go on and explain what he means.
In Party Man Cam's defense, most of us don't know what the fuck he's talking about anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
But keep talking, my dude. Keep talking.
Mike Clay did tell him that he'd tell everyone, though. He said, "You just wait till we get to the arena. I'm going to let everyone know inside the back." And sure enough, Party Man Cam got question after question after question from the entire locker room. Dakota Wilson said, "Thanks, man. And it's a good car.
It is a good car.
I'll be ready to sell you a new Charger."
I'm going to try to buy a Mustang sometime next year. We'll see how that works out.
Hell yeah.
I got to make some money.
That's right. Oh, man. He got the win.
That is Dalton Music.
Yep.
That's one of the trainees from there in Crossville. He's doing pretty good, man. He listens. He's willing to get better,
That's what you call someone that wants to work.
I actually went to school with his older brother. He's no longer with us, but he was one of the yarders back in the day with us.
Nice.
His brother was. And
A lot of people used to hate on backyard wrestling, but what they need to understand is that a lot of wrestlers that are good right now came from backyard wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And I've actually, back in 2008, was watching a fed that was called ICW, just like how Macho Man's dad had ICW, but these guys was from Indiana, and they were calling themselves the ICW and KCW, and they had this guy called Chris Castle on there, and he was pretty good enough that he actually made to an independent wrestling promotion. They signed him after that.
Okay, cool.
And that's what it's all about, is that it shows that if you want to be a wrestler, you have to have the drive, the heart, the soul, and the understanding. And Chris Castle had all that. Watching him do super kicks because of his favorite wrestler being Shawn Michaels and his other favorite being Jeff Hardy, that was inspiring. Just like how you did Swanton Bomb because Jeff Hardy's one of the guys that you like.
Yeah, I got the blessing at Spook Hollow to use the Swanton.
That's
Jeff
awesome.
Hardy liked the extension on the Swanton,
And no one can take that away from you because that just shows that.
I also got the Poffo family blessing to use the flying elbow too. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Pete Rosen from Lucky P. You know him from USA.
Here we go.
He works for PWA now and some other shows, but him and Lanny were really good friends. And Lanny Poffo called me one time. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
I answered it, and he's like, "This is Lanny Poffo." I'm like, "No, it's not." You know, but he was like, "Hey, I know I see you doing the flying elbow," and I'm like, "Man, he's gonna tell me to cut that shit out." And he's like, "That makes us friends. You're giving tribute to my brother, you know." He's like, "Just quit letting skinny guys kick out of it." And I was like, "Yes, sir, no problem."
That's right.
Whatever you say.
Thank you, right?
Yeah, but so I got the Poffo family blessing to use the elbow drop, which is really cool.
Nice.
That's right.
And then the Swanton with Jeff Hardy. So it was cool meeting the Hardys, man. I told him about how I jumped off my mom's shed and all that shit. And
Oh, yeah.
I gave Jeff a picture of me doing the Swanton in the backyard and then wanted me doing it for GCW Mania Week. So I was like, man, you know, you're one of the reasons I wanted to do this. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that's it, you know.
Exactly.
They were really cool, really humble, man. They didn't act like superstars. They talked to everybody, and they stuck around if there's people that wanted to meet them, you know, after the shit was over, you know, and they gave some shit away too, you know, so they didn't.
That shows that the Hardy Boys never let the fact that they went to WWE and was in one of the biggest companies get to their heads.
Yeah, they're super cool.
And I also saw you doing the Anaconda Vice.
Yeah,
earlier.
I pull that one out every once in a while. I like to do it with it. I like to incorporate the chain into it and wrap the chain around.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's one of those like when you're driven over the edge kind of deal.
Yep.
So chuck people out with it.
And this was a pretty good match that we watched.
That's a nice little visual.
For a guy that's a trainee, he was looking like he was $1 million.
Yeah, Dalton can get in there and go, man. And if you got something, he'll listen. You know, I know what he can do very well, so I stuck to that. You know, I didn't make him do anything that he wouldn't be comfortable. You know, and most of that was just called in the ring too, which I can work like that, and a lot of people can't.
Exactly.
A lot of these guys, when you say call out in the ring, they do in the headlights. And,
Yeah, which is
oh, now we're definitely doing it.
what they got to understand though is that if you're gonna be a wrestler, you need to understand how to call inside the ring, because if you're calling inside the back, 9 times out of 10, most of what you just talked about out the inside the back, it's not gonna be done outside the ring, the back.
Well, it depends. Like, you don't know. Like, the fans might not want what you just called.
Yep.
I'm not saying don't call some spots. You're gonna. It's safe to call your big stuff, so you know where you're going and what you're posting for, so nobody gets dropped on their fucking head and shit. Dewey Barnes, that was a really good one. That's Dewey Barnes from TNA.
Nice.
He's just now getting back in. I think he's going to try to start going full time again.
Hell yeah.
I love Dewey. You can't tell that from this match, but I do love Dewey. And the referee there is Chris Norte, an old wrestler from FTW days in McMinnville, Tennessee. I think he just referees. I don't think he wrestles anymore. He just referees.
Yeah.
But really good guy.
One of my favorite call inside the ring matches I've seen recently is Zodiac versus Cash Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
They went out there and I'm ringside to filming everything, and they were not making it obvious that they were talking.
Mm-hmm.
They did everything on the fly. They did not.
A lot of those guys can do that. You have no idea. I've had full conversations in the match, and no one knows except for me and the guy, and maybe the referee.
Yeah.
But now there was a guy commented on a post, one of y'all's posts, and I said we would talk about this. Yeah. I'm going to talk about it before I forget about it with wrestling gear.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if the people watching can see this match or not.
No.
But I'm wearing my snake print pants in this match. Now,
Yep.
I've done that for about a year straight. I wrestled full time and I wore pants. I wore camo. I wore snake print. I had some black ones with pirate skulls on them. Had another pair of camo, like the kind of like the Briscoe style, the baggy camo. I think when it comes to wrestling gear, and I said this earlier, I don't feel like there's a lot of money in Draven Lee snatching headlocks and doing takeovers. And
Yeah.
I'll throw a suplex here and there. But I think my gimmick looks more believable if I'm not wearing full wrestling gear. I'm doing this backwoodsy Devil's Rejects gimmick that's based on Fallout 2. Like, why would I have custom wrestling tights? Why would I have trunks?
Exactly.
I wear my boots and everything. I still look professional. Like right there, I'm wearing the snake print pants, and I've had different opinions. Like Dr. Tom hated my pants. He's like, "You're in good shape. You need to wear trunks. At least wear long tights." Ricky Morton usually hates it when guys don't wear wrestling gear, but he loved the snake print pants. It just depends on opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think, and I keep both in my bag. You know, it's like, hey, if you want me to wear this, I'll wear it. You're paying me, but like, here's what I think. And you know, imagine R-Truth wearing regular wrestling gear. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, and when they split up Crime Time, they went to regular wrestling gear. But as Crime Time, they wore the jeans and the work boots. It made sense.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it, but some people should do it.
Exactly.
So whoever asked that question, if they wound up watching this, that's my answer to that question. If it fits the persona, at the end of the day, yes, it's still a professional wrestling character.
Yeah.
And it should be treated as such. But I think that certain circumstances, it makes sense to look like something different.
Yeah.
I think Draven Lee makes more sense in like my pants and stuff, but I tend to lean toward traditional wrestling gear because I think that's just more professional, but it depends on the story you're telling. Like here with Dewey, I'm wearing my snake brand pants.
Yep.
I think I can get stuff added to that and make it fully custom to where it represents me and not anybody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Of course, you always wear pants in a street fight. That's the golden rule.
Yep.
But somebody didn't tell Kurt Angle about that.
Yeah. We got to.
Love Kurt Angle, by the way. But it's, like I said, to answer that question, I think it depends on the circumstances. If you're doing a character, a gimmick, if you will, where it makes more sense to wear street clothes. It also depends on the promotions, too. Some promoters straight up just frown upon it and don't want to book you.
Yeah.
So always have some custom tights or something in your bag just in case. Always
Definitely.
even if you wear shooter shoes and kick pads, always carry some boots just in case.
That's right.
Just be nice when you kick me with those boots or I'll cry about it.
That's right. But it's the truth though, what you said.
Yeah.
If they make sense wearing wrestling gear, wear it. But if your character is supposed to be like a dead man and something, don't wear that kind of stuff.
My whole idea was Rob Zombie started lifting weights in the Fallout universe with some pirates.
And we know Fallout very much.
Yeah, that's a lot of the gimmick has to do with that. And it just depends on the day too. Like
Exactly.
I got the gear that Zodi made that's based on Fallout. So
Yeah.
Yep.
you know, I got to get Zodi to whip up some more stuff actually.
And anytime that you're able to wear the snake print pants instead.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how I feel that day.
Yeah.
Like I like to wear trunks, and sometimes I don't like my legs, so I wear my pants.
Yeah.
I'm not tanned in like a month, so I don't know what I'm wearing.
Exactly.
I might just keep my shirt on next time.
I mean, you saw what happened when Sting was supposed to be a world champion. Eric Bishaw's opinion was he's not tan enough.
Sting always looked great.
He did.
And he did his last meet and greet in the paint, which is crazy.
He did.
Yeah.
I never got to meet Sting. He was one of my inspirations, so maybe I'll get to before it's all over.
Yeah, because he's still going to be doing meat and grease just with no longer inside the paint.
It's gonna be really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's going to be doing it as Steve Borders with Sting's name.
The big old white beard.
Yeah,
That's right.
I really like the old man Sting look. Like
Yeah.
he came out in AEW a while back with the gray beard.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, to me, that just looks like he's battle tested.
That's right.
You don't fuck with that guy. You know, that's
And Scott Steiner made a joke about how Sting was the long-lost Steiner brother.
Hey, we got Ricky Lynn Powell watching. That's one of my buddies.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's a long-time wrestling fan, man. He's been going to shows pretty much his whole life.
Nice.
We won't talk about how long that's been. But
But But that's what wrestling does. It brings together fans and wrestlers because whether you have your guts hated by them or you're loved by them, the fans are still going to remember what you've done.
Yeah.
Because look at all the wrestlers that have ever had heat with fans. The fans remember those guys for the jackassery that they've done.
Yeah.
And if they've done it right, that ride's going to be remembered for years.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good frog splash onto you.
That's Dewey Barnes.
Uh-oh. We got to run in.
Here comes Matt Starr, and I think that's Landon Bradley. Yeah.
Nice.
That's at PWA in Gladeville.
Nice.
The Starr twins, man. Matt and Nate. I don't know if you know much about them. They are legit twins. Identical twins. They were Burt Prentice's main guys.
Nice.
Now to break a little kayfabe here, when I was in USA, there was talks about putting the heavyweight title on me, and Matt Starr was the guy that spoke for that. So
Nice.
Nice.
I never forgot that. So, and he knows that, but I want everyone else to know it too.
Ricky Lynn said, Draven, Draven, Draven.
He always chants Draven. He always buys me beer. He always buys me beer too. So
Nice.
Nice.
just two reasons to love Ricky Lynn, dude.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
That's what he is,
I
camaraderie.
am my father's son, and he was an alcoholic. So
That's right.
Here we go.
And we got a PWA as well. It's called Pro Wrestling Alliance Kentucky. It takes place in Carrollton, Kentucky.
Cool.
They're always looking for good talent too.
I'll be sure to check that out then. I'll keep that in mind.
We had their guy Charles Niels Pearson on here last year.
Okay, cool.
He's a pretty good guy as well.
I think I've heard the name. I've not had any interactions with him, but I've heard the name for sure.
Like there's so many
I
things.
love how a TNA show pops up next to me like I've done
I
something.
know, right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing about wrestling. You may not know it, but you're always going to be known because you made an impression. All the guys that you worked with, they love you. I can see that from Zodiac. I can see that from Omega, who chimed in earlier.
Those are just two wonderful guys, though.
That's right.
You know, those two are some of the best guys in the business
Yeah.
that I've met.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're good people overall.
Yeah, they are good people, bro.
This guy's rocking the sequence, so he's okay with me.
That is Jackson Black that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stephen Harbick is his shoot name. You can find him on Facebook. He's got some matches as Jackson Black. They're all over YouTube. He's the guy I went to Pennsylvania and Illinois with.
Nice.
JPWA graduate. Super great guy. He always pitches in on gas money.
Yeah.
We go to Sheets together, you know. So
Nice.
absolutely superb human being. I hope he gets back into the ring soon and makes the money that I didn't get to make.
That's right.
Maybe like I said, maybe he'll loan me $20 till Friday. You know, we'll see. Enough people loan me. Enough people hit me up with that. I won't have to keep my shoot job anymore.
That's right. But yeah, this is a good look. It shows that he understood the assignment.
Yeah, he's got some fully custom stuff too. He saves it for bigger stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, fantastic wrestler, man. He's got a little bit of an MMA background too. A little bit of boxing, I think, as well.
Nice.
That's what it's all about.
He's not afraid to get a little goofy sometimes too, so he can be really versatile when it comes to that. If you tell him what you need him to do, and he can do it.
And that's how professional wrestlers should be about.
He should definitely be getting bigger bookings than he did. So.
Exactly.
And I hope that he does. Now there's the gear that Zodi made. That's the
Nice.
that's the Fallout gear.
I like it.
Before I cut my hair, I was afraid it wasn't going to go back. I think we're doing all right there. I was a little concerned. We might have to 09 Randy Orton it.
That's right. And 09 Randy Orton was a very vicious man.
Yeah, but he can still grow his hair back though.
Yeah, he can.
I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to.
At one point, I thought they went back to his 09 Randy Orton look.
I think '09, like evil Orton, as big as he is now, would be fucking terrifying.
Oh man,
Yes.
Terrifying.
Yes.
I've never met Randy. I've heard he's a nice guy. I hope he is.
That's right.
If he's not nice, I'm probably going to.
I heard in the beginning he wasn't, but
Yeah,
I heard.
Yeah, at the beginning he probably wasn't a nice guy, but over time he
yeah.
started to mellow out.
If he's not nice, I'm probably going to be a little bit afraid of him.
Yeah.
Don't tell him I said that.
Back then he used to be a menace, and then he just calmed down because now he gets to do his weed and doesn't have to.
I watched that little video with him and CM Punk where they were talking about how like they just did not get along,
Yeah.
and now they're like bros.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to fight about it.
That's right.
It happens, you know. Sometimes you got to go up back and handle something and get over it.
Exactly, because that's how it used to be back then. I mean, people want to talk, but what they got to understand is that back then, if wrestlers had issues with each other, they take it into the locker room, probably a small private area, beat each other's asses, and then after that, they're bros.
Yeah.
Because that's something that a lot of wrestlers back then used to do. And people can look at it like they're just being assholes to each other. What they need to understand is that sometimes men got to hash it out that way.
Yeah.
And right now, that is fire gear.
Yeah, I feel like that the pants are just more like believable for Draven, but the gear still looks really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got the camouflage trunks and everything too that I break out sometimes. But I'm gonna get Zodi to whip something else up. I think I'm probably gonna do red next time.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
not gonna do the half and half. I'm gonna do like red and like maybe teal, which is
Nice.
like the Nuka-Cola Quantum gear.
Yeah.
Probably
That's a good idea.
Probably gonna
That is a good idea.
fuck with that and like black outlines.
That's a good idea.
The camo faded on those.
Yeah.
Well, it still looks really good though.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna use that gear. But I'm gonna have him whip up some red, and I'm gonna change a couple little things on it, but nothing crazy.
Exactly.
So Zodi, if you wind up watching, I'm gonna put your ass to work soon.
That's right. For the big 2026.
Couple of more sets
So
of gear.
Fallout, your favorite video game then?
One of them for sure, man. I grew up on video games. You probably can't tell from the camera, but I got
No,
video game tattoos.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
I've got the Sonic, the Nuka-Cola cap, the Donkey Kong barrel, the Star Fox logo, the Guild Seal from Fable.
Nice.
I got the Triforce from Legend of Zelda, and I have the one of the Dark Brotherhood logos from Elder Scrolls.
Hell yeah.
It's to me, video games have besides pro wrestling, like video games have always been a release.
Yes.
Same.
You know, no matter what sucks in your real life, you turn that game on, you can be anybody.
That's right.
That's
You know,
right.
It's, they say gamers don't have a life, but I think gamers have many lives.
They do. They do.
That's a little quote that I saw. I can't remember who did it or I created them. But
And also, video games are that good escape from
yeah, and a
from
lot
your
of-
shitty life.
and a lot
Like
of-
you could be sick. Video games help a lot somehow. Distract
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Distract you from feeling like dog.
That's
and
right.
A lot of pro wrestlers, have gear that's inspired by video games and movies and TV. The Marvel and DC universe have been big in
Oh yeah.
pro wrestling
Yes.
gear, and characters in general. I always think it's cool to see something like that.
Exactly. And that's what I've also done. Professional wrestling is one of my favorites, but video games is also in my heart.
Absolutely.
Comic books as well. And that's something that you incorporate into your wrestling.
So you guys ask all the questions. So what would the Superfly Johnny Lee wrestling gimmick be if you were a pro wrestler?
If he was
You're
a pro
looking
wrestler,
at it.
well, he would be a cocky heel.
I gotta see.
You know
it.
what? You think Godfather
Okay.
meets classy Freddie Blassie.
I can
Yep.
see that. You gotta have the cane,
Yeah.
Yep.
the strut.
And this
Oh,
actually
yeah.
was inspired by a wrestling manager that was here in Kentucky. His name was Gentleman Jim Chadwick.
Okay, I've heard the name. Yeah,
He
I've
wore
seen some old footage.
he wore
Yeah.
sequin that was gold. He had a black hat that was sequin.
Okay.
I wore this the first time ever at the Gentleman Jim Chadwick tribute show for New South Wrestling here in Kentucky. It was at the Armory,
Okay.
and his wife actually gave me praise because I only watched him once, and that was on a YouTube clip. I saw what he's wearing. I was like, I gotta have that. So I wore
that's
it.
cool that the family gave you that. That's always a good feeling, yeah.
And that was night that Superfly Johnny Lee was created.
Cool.
And I try to be heel, but they always try to put me as a baby face, even though my gimmick isn't a baby face.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. Like I said, I popped after a handicap kid and got cheered for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, there's some places where I get heat, but I think it's just the look. Like, I'll take the bright colors away and darken it up. There was a show that used to run where I grew up in Fentress County, Tennessee, little area. The old elementary school that I went to is now a performing arts center.
Yeah.
They don't run anything there now, but there was a promotion there called 127 Pro Wrestling. I was a babyface there because it's my hometown.
Yeah.
But I went away for a little bit and I came back. And there's a county commissioner up there. His name's Justin Miller. He does Elvis impersonations, blah, blah, blah. He's a fully trained wrestler.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. So to turn me heel, they had him to come out as a guest general manager, and I attacked him.
Hell yeah.
Beat him up, drug him around on the floor, stomped him in the face, told his kids to fuck off, all this different shit. So the week after, he posted on Facebook the day after. And, of course, they see that I look like I just got paroled, so they all made it religious. And they're like, of course, God will protect you from this evil man. And I'm a Christian now.
Yeah.
I wasn't at that point, but they made it religious. So the week after, he's like, hey, I'm going to get answers from Draven Lee. I'm going to ask him to come out here, talk to me man to man. Why would you want to attack me? I thought you were my friend. He comes out, video plays on the screen. I'm at his house, about to barge in on his wife and kids.
Oh, man.
Now, little known fact, he held the camera for that promo.
Yeah.
Nice.
But, so he goes, oh my God, I got to get out of here. So he goes to run home. I pop out from the concession stands, attack him again. And I get on the microphone. I got permission to drop one F-bomb for the promo. And I'm like, you people get on Facebook and you act like keyboard warriors. You make this about faith. You talk about that God will protect him from me. Well, among the faithful, I'm the fucking Antichrist. And like half the crowd gone.
Yeah.
But going into the match, we drew like 300 people. They continued to buy into it. The week after, we had a contract signing. I tried to hit him with the clipboard. He ducked and super kicked me. I fall down. He stands over me, signs the contract, and then we have the match.
Nice.
We're fighting. I gotta beat him up for a minute because he's the babyface.
Right.
Well, I take him outside, drag him around. They have an actual entrance ramp. It's a really good setup. So I suplex him on the ramp. I realize these people are cheering for me. I'm like, what?
Ooh.
So we keep it going. I put him over, He celebrates, he leaves. I'm laying there defeated. I hear a Draven. I'm like, I done threatened to kill his kids.
That just to get the cheers.
I said I was the Antichrist. I don't believe that, but they don't know that.
Right.
And it's just all of that crazy nonsense, and they still started cheering me.
Exactly.
So then after that, I try to have a hill run with my former tag partner, and we're getting cheered.
Oh, man.
You can't be a heel then.
Yeah, and like I said, that worked for a moment. But then I don't know if it's because those people know that I grew up down the road and I went to school in that building. Maybe they just didn't buy into it. Or I look cool. Well, I don't look cool right now, but Draven looks cool.
That's right.
I'm not very cool, but they think that I am. So.
We have reached 2 hours.
2 hours.
Already?
Yeah. We have. Time flies when you're having good conversation.
Yeah,
sir.
we got some viewers. We got some eyes on it.
That's right.
Some comments, some questions answered.
Who would like to say their goodbyes first?
Oh, Draven, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks y'all for having me.
This is actually my introduction to you. When Johnny told me Draven Lee stopping by, I'm like, I've never heard of this guy. Gotta look him up.
I don't think we met in person, did we?
Yep, this is our first time.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, yeah, I love this networking. I love meeting new people. I love watching your matches.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
So, yes, thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely. I'll come back sometime.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anytime, brother.
Promote where you're going to be seen.
Well, January 10th, I'm going to be at Primetime Wrestling in Rome, Georgia. I'm not sure when I'm going to be back there. I was taking a little break, but I'm kind of easing back in. April 4th, I'll be at Billy Pace Memorial Championship Wrestling.
Nice.
4-way ladder match. I got a show for IWF Tennessee coming up February 7th, I believe.
Nice.
Is that one. And that's it for now. I'm going to be slow with it.
Okay.
I might go back pick up a little quicker, but we'll see. I don't know yet.
That's right.
I don't know what's left in the tank, but we'll figure it out. We ain't there yet.
That's right. Guys, thank you for joining us as we sit down with Draven Lee. Thank you to the comments that's been pouring in. Thank you, Partman Cam, that was calling in to let Diego talk, even though Diego did not know how to work a phone. I mean, I don't know what that's about. I mean, you're supposed to teach your brother how to do things.
You can't expect much out of Diego.
Yeah.
That's true.
Dude steals cars and stuff.
But guys, I just want to say, if you're not having fun,
You ain't getting none.
Damn Skippy. This has been the Rinky Dink Bullshit Podcast, Season 3, Episode 1. Do it with us.
Nice Guy Andy Podcast.
That ain't what your mama said.
If he keeps popping off at the mouth, I'm gonna be his daddy.
Anyways, you guys go on your little rinky-dink bullshit podcast.